My name's Ed.
Will.
Will.
Nice to meet you.
Are we ready to go? So Will, I'm here at Yale University,
Uh-huh.
and I have a sign, well, it's not a sign, it's a tablecloth that says, if eating animal products is a choice, then why do we choose to be cruel? You very kindly sat down, so I'm interested to know what you think about that statement.
So the sign said to debate a vegan.
Oh, yes, we can broaden it to debate a vegan, yeah.
So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I believe it is America's place in the world to be the world's police.
Yeah, it is. And what does that mean by debate a vegan then? What can you provide some context for that?
You're a vegan?
Yes?
That's sort of a heated opinion.
Ah, you've waited all this time for that. All of this time. Would you like to have a debate about veganism?
Not particularly, no. Sensible gun reform?
Are you vegan?
I am not vegan.
So how do you justify not being vegan?
You know what? Honestly, it just hasn't been that much of a factor in my life.
Yeah, sure. It wasn't in mine for a long time either. So how do you justify not being vegan?
How do I justify it? Look, there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things that keep me up at night.
Sure.
Do my parents really love me? I don't know.
But why does that justify harming animals?
See, the thing is, when I go to the supermarket.
Sure.
And I'm walking down the aisle.
Yes.
And I'm looking at all the food.
Yeah.
And some of the food is meat.
Yeah.
I look at that.
Yeah.
And I think, well, man's got to eat.
Yeah, but does man have to eat animals or animal products?
I'm very in touch with my caveman-like instincts.
Is that why you go to university, wear clothes, drive car, live in a house, have central heating?
Yeah, I would say so.
It's a complete consistency there, isn't it? So do you shit in bushes?
More than you want.
Very good. So ancestry is not a justification for what we do to animals today, right? Because if we were to apply that logic, then everything our ancestors did would also be morally justified, wouldn't it?
Okay.
But do you think that everything our ancestors did is morally justified simply because our ancestors did it?
I do not.
Okay, so then that's not a justification. So let's continue.
Okay.
What other justification would you use?
I think health.
Okay.
I think, I know nothing, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say red meat is maybe good for your health.
Subjection, right?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna deal with speculation. Is that speculation a good argument?
Okay, well, I think for me personally, it's just a lot more convenient. I know
good.
there are less vegan options out there.
Very good.
So like it just hasn't been enough of a factor to really weigh on me.
And I think that there you go. Now we're being honest, right?
Yeah,
now we're being honest. And so convenience is a big factor in why we do what we do, because as you say, you go into a supermarket and there's loads of animal products, right? And there's as many vegan only products.
Yeah.
And so the question would be, even though there's less accessibility, those vegan products still exist, right? So we could argue it's less convenient, but what has higher value, convenience or life?
Well, that's a good question, but I mean, I would argue the same. Like, I think there's sort of a balance there.
Sure.
And I think, like, if you're arguing lives, like, we can sit here idly by discussing this, but meanwhile, there are, like, thousands, millions of lives being lost across the world because, like, well, we're living in comfort. We're not helping other people out.
Agreed.
So, and I think it's sort of a question of how we balance that.
Sure.
And, like, when we're talking about the life of, like, one cow that I never really interact with versus like just how I'm gonna get my next meal.
Sure.
I think it doesn't really come up very much.
Yeah, I think that's honest. But one wrong in the world doesn't justify another wrong. And I think what we should do is isolate what is wrong in the world and do our best to try and solve all those problems. And, I think otherwise we end up in like a defeatist attitude, don't we? We say, well, what's happening in this country is terrible, so therefore I'm gonna not look at what I'm doing that could potentially be terrible as well. It's almost like a disingenuous, comforting idea, isn't it? Oh, I'm morally excused because something terrible's happening there. It doesn't make it right, though, does it? Or does it?
No, it doesn't make it right, but I think, I don't know.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Honestly, like at the end of the day, I totally agree with your values.
Thank you.
I personally don't choose to live the same way, just like out of convenience, really, but like I admire it.
Thank you.
I wish I did.
But you can, though, because when we use convenience, say you had to drive 25 miles, right, every single day to get something that was vegan, then we'd say, well, that would be very challenging. But you don't. I mean, there's Beyond Meat burgers in your canteen here. Every supermarket is going to have vegan products in, and by that I mean like fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, legumes. All the rice, potatoes. So everywhere you go, there is vegan food. So the convenience isn't real. It's more psychological because you've been raised and always eaten a certain way, right?
Yeah, I mean, no, certainly. I agree 100%. It's not a question. It's not like it even would be that much of a challenge, but just I'm used to a certain, lifestyle, way of eating. And I mean, maybe it makes me a bad person that it is so easy to change. But then a bad person I will be.
I don't think we should. I don't believe that it's easy to categorize people as good or bad. I think that everyone, regardless of how good we deem them, does bad things, right?
Yeah.
And so I would say that eating animal products is a bad thing, but it doesn't define who you are to being a categorically bad person. But by your own admission, it wouldn't be that challenging. You said, it wouldn't be that challenging. And so because it's...
I'll clarify.
Yes, please.
It wouldn't be that challenging in theory. Because there are options available, but just there aren't that many options, and they're not, in my opinion, the tastiest. So the actually following up on it and doing it every day for the rest of my life would be pretty challenging.
We'll take it day by day. What made me scared, right, when I first went vegan was the idea I'm going to be vegan forever and I'm never going to eat these things again.
Yeah.
But actually, I'm just vegan just day by day. So today why don't you have a Beyond Meat burger and something, right? And then you're vegan today, and then tomorrow's a new day, and you can be vegan that day, and then every day's a new day, and you just so happen to be vegan every single day.
Yeah, I mean, again. I hear that in theory I get it. I love it. I agree with it. But in reality I'm gonna go right now. I need to eat lunch, and I'll probably have a chicken sandwich.
Get the Beyond Meat burger.
And the Beyond Meat right now I'm in a hurry, or not that much of a hurry, but I have
sell it down there in the
30
canteen.
minutes.
Don't they sell it in the canteen?
Yeah, they do at the dining halls, but I'm just picking something up.
But they don't have anything vegan in the picking up
I'm
bit.
sure they do have vegan options, but there may be
grab
less
that today.
filling.
Get that today. We'll get it.
You're quite charming. The accent is quite persuasive.
It helps, doesn't it? Well, here in this country.
But alas, I think I'm going to hold strong on this one. But I will say, I very much agree with your points.
Thank you.
I admire what you're doing.
Thank you.
You almost had me there for a moment.
Yeah.
So
until we became logically dishonest again.
Yeah. Oh well.
well.
But anyways.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day.
Much.
I appreciate you actually sitting down, by the way. That was cool, man. It was funny. Yeah. Have a lovely day. Bye now.